Vape fam, welcome through the fog. And the PNW, welcome, welcome, welcome. Vaping with Joe of All Vapes. This is yours truly. Thank you so much for joining us, tuning in once again to the latest and greatest. If this is your first time, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon. You hear it? There it is. It sounds lovely. Gives you the notifications for everything new coming to you from me for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, Salt Nic. Everybody is doing the Salt Nic these days. I even dabble. It was a reluctancy on my part, but a lot of quality products have come out in the making from the Salt Nic. So we might as well do it in style. If we're going to, like the Katana kit from ijoy, and if you haven't seen the review for that, it's either coming up soon or it is up right now, depending on when this review goes out. The IVPC, if I'm pronouncing that right, pod kit from ijoy is an extremely simple pod kit that gives you more than just the ittiest bittiest little puff. Extremely versatile, several modes, has a full charge capacity of about 2 to 3 days in terms of battery power, and is just super simple, stealthy, and amazingly easy to use with a digital screen interface. How simple? Massively simple. So what I'm going to do is bust this bad boy out. You know what? I'll bring the camera down and let you guys get a little bit of a more in-depth taste. We'll bring it back up. We'll talk about it. I'll tell you where you can get this bad boy from ijoy, as well as the Katana mod, since I'm pimping that guy out too. And we'll talk a little bit more, then we'll bring it to a close. So the ijoy IVPC Salt Nic device, awesome little device, incredibly simple to use, ridiculously simple to use, as a matter of fact. So there is your standard ijoy warranty card that you will get with pretty much any device that you buy from ijoy. You got your super ultra instantly amazingly simple manual. It just gives you all the information that you need in the appropriate language, and interestingly enough, there was only one language that came with this. Kind of shocked the heck out of me. But if we look inside the box, you've got a cute little teeny box right here that has yet another micro USB charging cord to add the to the bajillion that I already own. Never have enough of those. But without further ado, the IVPC ijoy Salt Nic pod device. I love this little thing. Actually really cool that I got it in red. Red is typically not my color, but this thing comes in an array of colors. Here is just a little bit of the overall. Okay, so you got the USB charging port on the bottom. You got the firing button, boom, right there, and it's tiny little digital OLED screen going on right here. Here is the refillable pod. Okay, simple stuff. You lift up this little bad boy right here, kind of peel it back. Come on, bad boy. Don't make a fool of me. There you go, and there's the fill hole right yonder. Okay, so a little bit of spillover. Such is life once again. We'll just kind of wipe that off. You didn't see any of that, right? Okay, so let me show you how just achingly simple this interface is. First of all, side airflow holes, whichever way you can pull this back out here and just kind of reposition it one way or the other. It's going to go in the opposite hole because there's only one air intake on the refillable little cartridge here. So we're going to go traditional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. IVPC turns on. So 3.6 volts. You've got the puff counter on the lower left-hand side. You've got the power level, which is either soft, normal, or hard. We'll get a little bit more into that. And then, of course, you've got the battery level. So check out how simple this is. We'll go 1, 2, 3 to get into the main menu. You've got normal. Push it again. You've got hard. Push it again. You've got soft. If you want to keep it on soft, take your thumb off the button. Boom. It immediately reverts to the main screen. Soft is what you got. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 again. Bypass mode is pretty simple. Leave your thumb off the button. It goes straight to bypass. Bypass means instead of playing around with wattage or voltage, in this case voltage, because it's a Salt Nic that we're vaping, it just goes straight to battery power. I don't necessarily suggest that, but it is definitely possible to do that. Otherwise, ijoy wouldn't have put the option there. I like to keep it at a comfortable 3.5 volts because that pretty much ensures that you are not burning the Salt Nic or your throat. 1, 2, 3 goes back, so we'll just kind of go back around to normal. I don't need to do this, but it's just kind of satisfies my OCD. 1, 2, 3, and we'll just kind of buzz through this. Now we'll go to the little up and down arrow. Check this out. Leave it off. Boom. It flips it upside down. Now, why you would want it upside down, I don't know. Maybe so you could see the wattage while you're vaping on it. Who knows? But what we'll do is go 1, 2, 3, up and down arrows again. Take your thumb off the button, and boom, right back to where we need it. 1, 2, 3 again. Brings it to the puff reset, back around to normal. We'll actually bring this up to hard. Thumb off the button. That's all there is to it, folks. Beautiful, isn't it? So, I have started getting a little bit more into the salt nicks. I've got my Diamond Bay, my little baby Bay right here with a little unipod device. But the little stealthy bad boys like this here, getting really super popular because let's face it, a lot of people don't want to even carry around a mod. Now this doesn't have a little lanyard like the Diamond Bay does, but little devices like this, incredibly simple, neat, awesome, cute, colorful, and it does come in an array of colors. And the price is pretty much where it's at with this. So if you'll notice, little bit of a bigger puff than comparatively to your standard salt nick device. Most of the standard salt nick devices nowadays, kind of like that, just a tiny little puff. This one ain't messing around though. So you are gonna wanna use maybe a little bit of discretionary caution when it comes to using the type of salt nick that you wanna use. So play around with the milligrams. If you are not familiar with salt nick, if you really aren't all into salt nick and you wanna try it, be my guest. As long as you're a consenting adult over the age of 21 or at 21 or over, make an informed decision. Read into salt nick. Read about what it is, the nicotine salts, why it does what it does, why people enjoy it, why it helps people stave away from cigarettes, and hopefully move on to something just a little bit less intense and harmful. I think, honestly, if you keep the milligrams of the nicotine in the salt nick around, anywhere between the 20 to 35 range, you should be just fine. 40s and the 50s and the 60s, it starts getting a little bit heavier, obviously a little bit more throaty, and it actually kind of burns the tongue. At least it does for me after a while. But it isn't meant to continuously vape like your average vape mod, like the Katana mod, for instance. Sub-ominate, baby. Sub-ominate. For the convenience, for the price, for the size, for the weight, it's like nothing. And just for the ability of the little stealthiness to be able to stick it in your pocket, your purse, what have you. Do your thing, drive along, get a couple puffs. It's nonchalant. You're not making a huge puff like you are sub-ohming. And it's just for the purpose of salt nick. So I definitely don't suggest you put regular e-liquid in this because you're basically wasting the e-liquid. You want to use your salt nick because it's the best device for that. Back to the 3.5 volts for most salt nick. That is basically the sweet spot coming straight from iJoy due to the testing that they literally vigorously did back and forth from China and America and back and forth. They spread this information around. 3.5 volts is the perfect sweet spot for the majority of most nicotine salts. It gives it a nice, good, solid burn, a Joe term, not an actual burn, but it just, it heats it up perfectly, the vaporizes it most excellently, the flavor retains itself, and you get the full effect of the salt nick without an unpleasant experience. So the IVPC Pod kit can be purchased most anywhere fairly soon, to my knowledge, for anywhere between the prices of like $45 and $50, depending on where you go online. But you can get this guy for $39.90. It's a very arbitrary number. What can I say? I pulled it out of a hat. From cloudyconnections.com. Brand new vape website, all things iJoy. Some brand new hardware is being unloaded onto that website all the time. We're talking from Aspire and Wismec, Smock, $39.90. The iJoy IVPC Vape Pod Kit at cloudyconnections.com. It's a great price, and as soon as it gets released from iJoy USA, it'll be released on cloudyconnections.com. In the meantime, go to cloudyconnections.com, go all the way to the bottom of the website, Sign up for the newsletter. You get a free 10% off coupon code, good for your entire first order. And you get signed up for future coupons and discounts and sales and events. All kinds of happy stuff going on. If you sign up right now, you'll get the coupon code cloudyconnections.com. The link will be in the comment section below. As much information as humanly possible on the IVPC Pod kit from ijoy USA. So, ijoy USA, thank you so much once again. My partners in crime, my family, my friends, I love you, miss you. Anybody else that has never heard of ijoy USA, you've been living in a vape cloud, guys. Smell some fresh air once every now and then. Want to tell everybody out there, really thank your support for Joe of All Vapes, everything that I've been doing. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or queries, contact me at joeofallvapes@gmail.com, cloudyconnections@gmail.com, or give me a DM at either the Cloudy Connections or Joe of All Vapes Instagram page. Send me a DM and I will always get back to you in a timely and just manner. Promise, 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 promise. This is Joe of All Vapes, guys, your eye in that vaping sky, wishing you to stay humble. Love yourselves, love each other. Spread that love, guys. We're in short supply of it these days, and everybody needs the love. Never forget, keep it extraordinarily, wonderfully, beautifully, tastefully, incredibly cloudy. Hey everybody, this is Joe of All Vapes. Thank you for watching. For the best in vape reviews, pound that subscribe button, and don't forget, vaping saves lives.